Hello, my name is Kyle Clower and I'm with Serve Wisconsin. We are the Wisconsin National Community Service Board and we work with AmeriCorps programs throughout the state. And we're talking to different AmeriCorps members about their services here during the COVID-19 pandemic. And today we're talking to Shyanne. So Shyanne, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Cheyenne, could you start off by telling us a little bit about the AmeriCorps program you're serving with and then what your service looked like before the spread of COVID-19?
Absolutely. So my name is Shyanne. I am going into my second semester of senior year at the University of Notre Dame. I'm currently studying Africana Studies and Philosophy. And then the program that I'm currently serving with this summer is the AmeriCorps program. So I am part of the Graduation Plus program. So I'm a college coach. And basically some of the things that we do is we work really close with high school students to help them transition to college. And we also help current high school students as they prepare for the college admissions process. So that means tackling essays and applications and all of that really good fun stuff.
Can you tell us a little bit about the different students that Graduation Plus serves?
Yes, so the Boys and Girls Club. So as far as my position in AmeriCorps as a college coach with the Graduation Plus program, we work with high school students anywhere from junior, senior year, and then going into college. But we try to focus a lot on, preparing the students who are currently, going through the college admission process, because most of our students are first generation students. So, it's pretty hard to be able to navigate that by yourself. And, so we try to help them as much as possible in order for that transition to be as smooth as possible. And then as far as being a part of the programs, of some of the collegiate programs, the Boys and Girls Club, Stein Scholars, Sponsor Scholar, BMO Scholars is just really good at making sure that their collegiate students are taken care of during and through college. So that's one of the beautiful things about the Boys and Girls Club programming as well.
And then Cheyenne, how did the service that you were doing with Graduation Plus with Boys and Girls Club at Greater Milwaukee change due to COVID-19?
Yeah, for sure. COVID definitely took a toll on our programming for the AmeriCorps Grad Plus program. It definitely took a toll, but it actually blessed us at the same time. So COVID actually changed a lot because of the fact that we had to go virtual. We had to transition all of our planning and programming into a virtual setting versus the in-person hands-on that we're usually used to. But COVID also, brought in the whole spiral of, making sure that our health is also intact too. And COVID just taught us overall that sometimes it's kind of like, one of those things like you never know what you have until it's gone type situation. So COVID has also taught us to just be really appreciative of what we have as far as, getting those hands-on experience with kids, because we did find out that, having that hands-on experience with kids actually is like really beneficial for them too. So yeah, COVID definitely took a turn for us, but it also blessed us in the end to be able to continue to do some of the work that we do and have that impact that we have with the students that we still have.
That's great. So how now are you connecting with all the kids?
So we do everything through Zoom. Zoom has been like a godsend. So we do everything through Zoom, virtual platforms, period. We hold meetings, one-on-one check-ins with students just to check in and see how they're doing. We also continue to do our work with the college admission process. So it's a lot of back and forth emailing, sending essays. Okay, what about this one? Okay, what about this one? It's a lot of, virtual, so video chats. We have phone calls, just to check in and just let the students know that we're still here, even though it isn't one that's in person, it's still virtual and we still can have that connection and make that impact.
That's great. I know that has to be the challenge we're in that way, but at least it's the opportunity to keep the contact going during this time and help them figure out how they're going to get onto that next step.
Absolutely.
And then has it been particularly challenging for the students you're working with because of the uncertainty around COVID-19, also about their decision-making around this process?
Yes, it's affected our students kind of both ways, like I kind of mentioned before, but I think that it hits the students who have limited access to internet or different resources at home. I think that's the audience that it's hitting the most. But the Boys and Girls Club, especially the Graduation Plus team, I can definitely say that we've been trying, actually been putting forth effort to make sure that students have those resources, have access to those resources. And if we personally feel like we cannot provide, we will make way for those students. So no matter what, we're trying to just make sure that all of our students are taken care of and that they have access to the same resources as we do.
Cheyenne, could you tell us why you decided to serve with AmeriCorps and why you decided to serve at one of the programs through the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Milwaukee?
Great question. So I decided to serve with AmeriCorps because of my previous experience with AmeriCorps, my really good experience that I had with AmeriCorps. When I first got involved with AmeriCorps, I started off as an arts advocate. So I was placed in a CLC and we did a lot of cultural art. But I decided to overall just come back to AmeriCorps just because of the service aspect. That's really what drew me back to AmeriCorps, simply because AmeriCorps requires the people who are involved with AmeriCorps to be the type of people who serve and put others before themselves, and always just make sure that, you know, everyone who they're working with is also taken care of as well. So I really love that. I love the spirit of AmeriCorps simply because it's one of those selfless spirits. So you can always, whenever you're involved with AmeriCorps, you can always make sure that, you know, you have that coming forth. So that's one of the main reasons why I decided to come back to AmeriCorps. As far as the Boys and Girls Club, the Boys and Girls Club has always had a special place in my heart. I actually grew up in some of the Boys and Girls Clubs, you know, between Daniels Marnock and LaVarn Waste for some of the legacy sites. And then I also further immersed myself in the Boys and Girls Club through the Stein Scholars Program and Sponsor a Scholar Program, which I'm still a part of today. But the Boys and Girls Club has just always been one of those strong family support systems that I've always had, and I really am appreciative of them. So why not give back to my community as much as they've given to me, you know?
And then Shyanne, looking back at your different AmeriCorps experiences with the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Milwaukee, are there any memories or real highlights of your service that stand out that you could share with us today?
Yeah, I think one of my most distinctive memories happened this year during the college graduation celebration that we had for our collegiate graduates. It was just a really beautiful experience because, believe it or not, that's my class as well. So I'm 2020 class, so like I knew everyone in the cohort, and I was just like so excited because I knew their personal journeys, and it was just really beautiful just to like see that all come together and just see the staff really like show love and affection and support because they did it, you know, and that was a really big thing, especially surviving and like, you know what I'm saying, surviving 4 years of college, but also, you know, making it through a pandemic, you know, so it was a beautiful thing just to be able to watch, you know, the fruits of their labor.
And so Shyanne, Marie said you had, I think, one more semester left with your study. So what are your plans for once your AmeriCorps service ends and then everything finishes up, hopefully with that last semester of college?
Yes. So I think after I finish, I would definitely consider doing AmeriCorps again, simply because of the impact that it's had on my life and just being able to witness the impact that it's had on the students' lives as well. I would definitely consider doing AmeriCorps. I know for sure, no matter what happens, law school is still on the table. Law school's a thing. So fingers crossed for that. But yeah, that's the plan.
And then Shyanne, thank you so much for your AmeriCorps service both this summer with Graduation Plus and then your previous service with Boys and Girls Club of Greater Milwaukee.
Yes, no problem. My pleasure.
And then thank you so very much for sharing your story with us. We really appreciate the difference you're making.
Yes, no problem. Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Thank you. And then good luck finishing up the last semester and with law school and all the pieces that follow with that.
Thank you. Thank you.